In other news now, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol marks 1 year in office today. When Mr. Yoon won the presidential race with the narrowest margin in history a year ago, he vowed to unite a deeply divided nation. Lee Min-suk takes a look at how he did in his first year in office.
A year ago, President Yoon Suk-yeol started his first day in office, not inside the iconic Blue House known as Cheongwadae in Korean. Instead, he worked from the rundown former headquarters of the National Defense Ministry in the bustling district of Yongsan. The 62-year-old said it was to keep his election promise to make himself and his office open to the public. The former public prosecutor also took the unprecedented move of making himself available for informal sessions with reporters every morning. Although just 6 months later, a dispute with one of the major TV outlets ended this practice. He faced his first big test last November when more than 150 young Koreans died in a deadly crush in central Seoul on Halloween night. His government was harshly criticized for failing to respond hours after the situation became fatally wrong at Itaewon, a popular nightlife district. That, and amid economic headwinds, from surging costs of living to growing household debts, Mr. Yoon's approval ratings continue to hover around 30%.
먼저 윤석열 정부가 출범한 지 지금 1년이 돼가고 있는데요. 출범 시점할 때 한국 경제 성장률 전망은 2.5, 2.6 정도였습니다. 지금 평균 전망은 1.5까지 떨어져 있는 상태인데요.
But the political novice has surprised his detractors on other fronts. In December, he successfully quelled widespread trucker strikes by taking a hardline stance to crack down on illegal labor unions while refusing any concessions. He then moved to repair strained ties with Japan through some eyebrow-raising policies, including using local funds to compensate Korean victims of Japan's wartime forced labor, instead of asking Japanese firms to fork out the money, as ruled by the country's top court.
20년이나 투쟁해 오신 거잖아요. 그것을 거의 1년도 채 안 되는 내용 그 사이에서 제3자 변제라는 것을 만들어 놓았기 때문에 이거는 그 왜곡된 부분들이 많아서 이게 다시 터질 우려가 없지 않아 있다. 사실은 일본도 그것을 걱정하고 있는 것입니다.
He also has been acting tough with North Korea, which has carried out an unprecedented number of missile tests since last year.
이 모든 정부가 가장 우선적인 1차적인 사업으로 이상가족 상봉을 추진했습니다. 그런데 지금 상황은 북한이 대화 자체를 아예 거부하는 상황이기 때문에 우리 정부가 노력하더라도 지금 이상가족 상봉이 되기는 좀 어려운 상황에 남북관계가 상당히 답답한 상황에 와 있다 이렇게 볼 수 있습니다.
And he didn't stop there. President Yoon has taken a decisive stand to side with the U.S. amid its growing rivalry with China for supremacy in the region. Last month, he went on a state visit to Washington, where he received a red carpet treatment from U.S. President Joe Biden. When he took office a year ago, President Yoon promised to unite a divided nation. Many here in South Korea would agree that has yet to happen. As much as he's respected outside South Korea, there's much he needs to do in the next 4 years if he were to convince South Koreans that he deserves the same praise at home. Lee Min-suk, CNA, Seoul.